flight from Tokyo to Los Angeles takes 11 hours and 47 minutes. I know this because I count every single one of them. Not out of impatience, but out of something closer to ritual. 3 years, 2 months, and 14 days, I've been gone. 3 years of fluorescent-lit offices in Shibuya, of konbini dinners eaten standing up, of trains so punctual you could set your heartbeat to their arrival. 3 years of building something that was supposed to mean freedom. And now I'm going home. The word feels strange in my mouth, even unspoken. Home. I roll it around in my mind like a marble, smooth and familiar, and somehow foreign all at once. Home is supposed to be the place where they have to take you in, isn't it? That's what the poets say. But I've never quite trusted poets. They deal in feelings, and I've always preferred numbers. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't shift their meaning depending on who's asking. I press my forehead against the airplane window and watch the Pacific Ocean scroll beneath us like an endless gray ledger. And I think about the house, my house, 2347 Maple Ridge Drive, a modest 3-bedroom craftsman in a quiet suburb of Portland, Oregon. White trim, blue shutters, a front porch just wide enough for 2 chairs, and a small table where I used to drink my morning coffee and watch the neighborhood wake up. I bought it when I was 24 years old, the youngest buyer in my office's history to purchase property outright. No mortgage, no cosigner, no safety net. I paid $487,000 in cash. Not family money, not an inheritance, not a gift from parents who believed in setting their children up for success. Every single dollar came from 6 years of relentless work. 60-hour weeks, no vacations, no expensive hobbies, no lifestyle inflation. I lived in a studio apartment with a hot plate and a mattress on the floor while my colleagues bought sports cars and designer watches. I ate rice and beans 4 nights a week while they posted photos of steakhouse dinners. And when I finally handed over that cashier's check, when I finally held those keys in my palm, I felt something I'd never felt before in my entire life. Safe. The house wasn't just walls and a roof. It was proof. Proof that I could build something that no one could take from me. Proof that I wasn't dependent on anyone, not my brother, not my parents, not the shifting sands of family obligation that had swallowed so many years of my childhood. I put the house in my name and my name alone. I kept the deed in a safe deposit box at a bank 30 miles from my parents' address. I told no one the combination, no one the location, no one anything beyond what was absolutely necessary. I was careful. I was so careful. And still, somehow, as the plane begins its descent into LAX, and the Pacific gives way to coastline, and then to city, and then to the sprawling concrete arteries of Southern California, I feel something cold settling into my chest. Not quite fear, not quite premonition, just awareness. The way you feel when you're walking through a dark house and you know you're alone, but something in your hindbrain keeps whispering, check the corners, check the shadows, check again. My phone buzzes as the wheels touch down. A text from my property management company. Mr. Harper, please contact our office at your earliest convenience regarding your property at 2347 Maple Ridge Drive. There has been an issue with your account. I read it 3 times, then I read it again. An issue with your account. Not a maintenance request. Not a question about your lease renewal. Not any of the dozen mundane phrases that property managers use when they need to discuss gutters or termites or late rent payments. An issue. I should feel worried. I should feel concerned. But instead, as I gather my carry-on and join the shuffling line of passengers making their way toward the jet bridge, I feel something else entirely. I feel the first cold whisper of a truth I don't yet have words for. The feeling follows me through customs, through baggage claim, through the rental car counter, where a cheerful woman with too bright lipstick asks if I've had a good flight. I say yes. I sign the paperwork. I take the keys. And then I drive north, toward Oregon, toward home, toward the house that was supposed to be my anchor, in a world that had never given me anything solid to hold on to. The Pacific Coast Highway unfolds beneath my tires like a gray ribbon, and I try to remember the last time I spoke to my family. 8 months ago, maybe 9, a stilted phone call with my mother where she asked about my job and didn't listen to the answers, where she mentioned that my brother Mark was struggling and could use support, where the word money hung unspoken in the air between us like smoke from a fire neither of us wanted to acknowledge. I said I was busy. I said I'd call back. I didn't. Before that, a text from my father on my birthday. Happy 30th. Hope Japan is treating you well. 7 words. No phone call. No card. Just 7 words and the weight of 30 years of distance compressed into a single notification. And before that, I try to remember and I can't. The memories blur together. Dinners where I sat at the edge of the table while Mark held court. Holidays where my contributions were expected but never acknowledged. Phone calls that always seem to circle back to the same question. What can you do for us? What can you give? How can you help? I was 12 when I realized my family saw me as a resource rather than a person. I was 14 when I started planning my escape. I was 18 when I left for college and swore I would never go back. And now I'm 30, driving through the gathering dust toward a house that was supposed to be my crew. My evidence that I had finally built something that belonged only to me. An issue with your account. I've pressed the accelerator a little harder. The rental car surges forward, and somewhere in the back of my mind, a small voice whispers that I already know what I'm going to find. I just don't want to admit it yet. I arrive in Portland at 11:47 p.m. The city is quiet in that particular way of late autumn nights. Streets slick with recent rain, street lights haloed in mist, the occasional distant wail of a siren fading into the general hush. I booked a hotel room downtown, but I don't go there. Not yet. Instead, I find myself driving through familiar neighborhoods, past familiar landmarks, tracing a path I could navigate blindfolded. Left on Morrison, right on Burnside, through the tunnel and up into the hills where the houses grow larger and the lots grow wider, and the weight of money hangs heavy in the air. And then down again into the quieter suburbs where the homes are modest but well kept, where families plant tomatoes in backyard gardens, and children ride bicycles in cul-de-sacs, and everything looks exactly the way it's supposed to look. 2347 Maple Ridge Drive. I park across the street and kill the engine. For a long moment, I just sit there, staring. The house looks different. Not wrong, exactly, just different. The blue shutters have been replaced with black ones. The front porch light, the one I specifically chose because it had a warm amber glow rather than the harsh white of modern LEDs, has been swapped for something cold and clinical. And there's a car in the driveway that I don't recognize. A silver SUV with a bumper sticker that says, "My other car is a broomstick." My stomach tightens. I tell myself there's an explanation. The property management company must have made changes. Maybe they hired a new maintenance crew. Maybe they replaced the light fixture during a routine inspection. Maybe. The front door opens. A woman steps out onto the porch. She's maybe 45, gray streaking her dark hair, wearing yoga pants and an oversized cardigan. She leans against the railing and pulls out her phone, scrolling through something with the absent focus of someone killing time before bed. This is my house. This woman is standing on my porch, and she looks like she belongs there. My hands are trembling. I don't notice until I reach for the door handle and miss twice. The third time, I manage to grip it properly, but I don't open the door. I just sit there, watching this stranger scroll through her phone in the amber glow of a light fixture that isn't mine, on a porch that is mine in front of a house that I've paid for in full with 6 years of my life. I should get out. I should walk up to her. I should demand an explanation. But something holds me back. Some instinct, honed through years of living in a family where information was currency and showing your hand too early could cost you everything. Gather data first, react later. I start the car, I drive away, and I don't look back. The property management company opens at 9 a.m. I'm there at 8:47, sitting in the parking lot, watching the minute hand on my phone crawl forward like it's wading through molasses. At 8:56, a woman in business casual unlocks the front door. At 8:59, I'm standing at the reception desk, and at 9 o'clock exactly, I say the words that will change everything. My name is Daniel Harper. I own the property at 2347 Maple Ridge Drive, and I need someone to explain to me why there's a stranger living in my house. The receptionist, a young woman with kind eyes and a nervous smile, looks at me like I've just told her the sky is green. "I'm sorry," she says slowly. "Did you say you own that property?" "Yes, I've owned it for 6 years. I hired your company to manage it while I was working overseas." She types something into her computer, frowns, types something else. The frown deepens. "Mr. Harper, I'm going to need you to speak with our manager. Just one moment." She disappears into a back office. I stand at the counter and stare at a framed motivational poster that says, "Home is where your story begins," in cursive script. And I think about all the ways that sentiment can curdle into something cruel. When the manager emerges, a heavy-set man in his 50s with a salt and pepper beard and the weathered look of someone who has seen too many difficult conversations, he's already wearing an expression that I recognize, sympathy mixed with bureaucratic helplessness. "Mr. Harper," he says, extending his hand, "I'm Gerald Morrison. Why don't you come into my office?" That's not a question. I follow him down a short hallway lined with more motivational posters. Every house needs a foundation of love. The best investments are the ones that feel like home. And into a small office cluttered with filing cabinets and coffee mugs and the accumulated detritus of a business that deals in other people's property. He gestures for me to sit. I remain standing. "Mr. Morrison," I say, "I'm going to ask you a simple question, and I need a simple answer. What happened to my house?" He sighs, rubs his beard, looks at me with an expression that's equal parts pity and resignation. "Mr. Harper, the property at 2347 Maple Ridge Drive was sold 8 months ago." The words land like stones in still water. "Sold," I repeat. "Yes, to a Margaret Chin. She took possession on March 15th of this year." "That's not possible." "I'm afraid it is. The sale was processed through standard channels. Title search came back clean. Power of attorney was provided by—" "I didn't sell my house. According to our records, you did, or rather, your authorized representative did, acting on your behalf under a power of attorney that was filed with—" "I didn't give anyone power of attorney." He pauses, looks at me, really looks at me, for the first time. "Mr. Harper," he says slowly, "are you telling me that this transaction was conducted without your knowledge or consent?" "That's exactly what I'm telling you." For a long moment, neither of us speaks. The clock on the wall ticks. Somewhere in the building, a phone rings. And I watch as the expression on Gerald Morrison's face shifts from sympathetic to serious. "Mr. Harper," he says, "I think you need to call the police." The Portland Police Department's Property Crimes Division is located in a squat brick building that smells like burnt coffee and bureaucratic despair. I arrive at 10:23 a.m., fill out a stack of forms that would make Kafka weep, and wait for 47 minutes in a plastic chair that was clearly designed by someone who hates the human spine. When Detective Sarah Okonkwo finally calls my name, I'm operating on 3 hours of sleep, 2 cups of terrible vending machine coffee, and a simmering fury that I'm doing my best to keep back. She leads me to a small interview room. Gray walls, metal table, the obligatory one-way mirror, and gestures for me to sit. "Mr. Harper," she says, flipping open a manila folder, "why don't you start from the beginning?" So I do. I tell her about the house, about the purchase, about the 6 years of work that went into earning enough money to buy it outright. I tell her about Japan, about the 3 years I spent building a career on the other side of the world, about the property management company I hired to keep everything running in my absence. I tell her about the text message, about the stranger on the porch, about Gerald Morrison's face when he realized what had happened. And when I'm finished, she looks at me with an expression that I can't quite read. "Mr. Harper," she says, "this is what we know. On February 23rd of this year, a man named Mark Harper, your brother, visited the county recorder's office and filed a document granting him power of attorney over your financial affairs. 1 week later, he listed your property for sale through a local real estate agency. 6 weeks after that, the sale was finalized and Margaret Chen took possession of the property. I was in Japan on February 23rd. I can prove it. I'm sure you can, but that's not the point. Then what is the point?" She sighs, closes the folder, looks at me with the tired eyes of someone who has had this conversation more times than she'd like to count. "The point, Mr. Harper, is that your brother filed legal paperwork. He provided identification. He answered security questions. He passed every check that the system is designed to provide. As far as anyone involved in this transaction knew, he was acting with your full knowledge and consent. He wasn't. I believe you. But believing you isn't the same as proving it. And right now, from a legal standpoint, that sale is valid." The words hit me like a physical blow. I feel myself sway just slightly, and I grip the edge of the table to steady myself. "You're telling me that my brother can steal my house, and there's nothing you can do about it?" "I'm telling you that this is complicated. The power of attorney appears authentic. The signatures match samples on file. The notarization is in order. If you want to challenge this, you're going to need more than your word against his." "Then I'll get more." She nods slowly. "I hope you do, Mr. Harper. I really do. Because if what you're telling me is true, then what happened to you is one of the most clear-cut cases of family fraud I've seen in 15 years. I stand up. My legs feel unsteady, but I force them to hold. What's my next step? Hire a lawyer, a good one, someone who specializes in real estate fraud and family disputes. Get your evidence together. Passport stamps, travel records, anything that proves you were out of the country when these documents were supposedly signed. And then," she hesitates, "and then be prepared for this to get ugly. It's already ugly. It's going to get worse. Family cases always do." I thank her. I shake her hand. And I walk out of this police station into a gray Portland afternoon, feeling like the ground is shifted beneath my feet and will never quite be solid again. My house is gone. My family took it. And somewhere, In some part of me that I've kept locked away for years, a voice whispers, "You always knew this would happen. You always knew they would find a way to take whatever you built. You just hoped you were wrong." I wasn't wrong. I was just naive enough to believe that distance could protect me. I hire a lawyer 3 days later. Her name is Victoria Chen, no relation to the woman currently living in my house. And she comes highly recommended by a colleague from my Tokyo office whose uncle went through a similar situation in Vancouver. Aggressive, he told me. Relentless. The kind of attorney who treats fraud like a personal insult. When I walk into her office on the 14th floor of a downtown high-rise, she's already got my case file spread across her desk like evidence at a crime scene. "Mr. Harper," she says, not looking up, "sit down. We have a lot to discuss." I sit. I've reviewed the documents from the county recorder's office, the power of attorney, the sale agreement, the title transfer, and I've also taken the liberty of pulling your passport records from the State Department. She looks up at me finally, and her eyes are sharp as glass. "You were in Japan on every single date that your brother claims you signed these documents. Not just in Japan, in Tokyo, working in an office that has electronic badge-in records showing your presence. You couldn't have been in Oregon if you wanted to be." "I know." "Which means your brother forged your signature multiple times on legal documents in front of a notary who either wasn't paying attention or was complicit in the fraud." She taps a pen against the desk. "How much do you know about your brother's financial situation?" "Not much. Haven't been close in years." "Then let me fill you in." She slides a piece of paper across the desk. "This is Mark Harper's credit report. In the past 18 months, he's defaulted on 2 car loans, declared bankruptcy on a credit card with a $47,000 balance, and been sued by 3 different creditors for non-payment. He has no current employment, no savings, and, as of 6 months ago, no assets. He was broke. More than broke. He was desperate." I look at the credit report. The numbers blur in front of my eyes. Not because I don't understand them, but because I understand them too well. Debt upon debt upon debt. A cascading failure of financial judgment that I've seen before. That I've lived before in my own childhood, watching my parents bounce checks and dodge phone calls and pretend that everything was fine while the walls closed in. "There's more," Victoria says. "After I pulled his credit report, I did some digging into the bank accounts connected to the sale. Your house sold for $750,000. "I know. Do you know where the money went?" I don't answer. I don't need to. The expression on her face tells me everything. $93,000 to DraftKings and FanDuel, spread across multiple accounts. $67,000 to an online poker site based in Malta. $42,000 to a luxury car dealership in Beaverton, a Mercedes E-Class that was subsequently repossessed. $28,000 to what appears to be a crypto trading platform that collapsed 3 months ago. She pauses. "Shall I continue?" Yes. There are also smaller transactions, designer clothing, high-end electronics, restaurant charges that average $200 per meal, travel expenses for trips to Las Vegas, Lake Tahoe, and, interestingly, a resort in Mexico that costs $8,000 per week. How much is left? Of your $750,000. She sets down the pen. Approximately $89,000. And that's only because some of those funds were transferred to accounts belonging to your parents that we've been able to identify and flag. $89,000 out of $750,000. In 8 months, my family burned through more than $660,000 of money that didn't belong to them. Money that I earned. Money that I saved. Money that I traded years of my life to accumulate. And they did it buying designer shoes, gambling on football games and staying at resorts while I was eating convenience store onigiri in a Tokyo apartment the size of a shoebox. Mr. Harper, Victoria's voice cuts through the fog. Daniel, I need you to focus. This is important. I look at her. She's watching me with an expression that's part sympathy, part steel. We have a case, a strong case. The evidence is clear. Your brother committed wire fraud, identity theft, and forgery. Your parents, from what I can tell, were at minimum aware of the scheme and at maximum active participants. The notary who processed these documents may have been negligent or complicit, and we can pursue that separately. The sale itself can be voided, the property returned to your name, and the buyer, Ms. Margaret Chin, reimbursed from the frozen funds we've already identified. And my family? That depends on you. I wait. If we pursue this to its fullest extent, your brother will face criminal charges, forgery, fraud, wire crimes. Given the amount of money involved, we're talking potential federal involvement, which means federal sentencing guidelines. He could be looking at 5 to 10 years. And my parents? That's more complicated. Their involvement is clear, but proving criminal liability versus civil liability is a different question. At minimum, they'll lose the money they receive from your brother. At maximum, she hesitates. Daniel, your parents put up their house as collateral for a loan they took out 6 months ago. A loan that appears to have been used to help your brother cover some of his gambling debts before the sale went through. If we can prove that loan was obtained fraudulently or that they knew the money your brother gave them was stolen, they could lose that house as well. They could lose everything. Yes. I stand up, walk to the window, look out at the Portland skyline, gray clouds, gray buildings, gray water in the distance, where the Willamette meets the Columbia. My brother once told me I was too serious, that I needed to lighten up and enjoy life. This was right after I'd worked 80 hours in a week to close a deal that earned my company $2 million and earned me a performance bonus that I used to pay off my student loans. I turned back to face Victoria. My parents missed my college graduation because Mark had a job interview that day and they wanted to drive him. The interview was at a car dealership. He didn't get the job. Victoria says nothing, just watches. When I told my mother I'd bought a house, she asked me how I could afford it. When I told her I'd saved for 6 years, she said that was nice, but that Mark was having a hard time, and maybe I could help him get on his feet. When I told her that I was moving to Japan for work, she said she hoped I'd still be able to contribute to the family from overseas. Daniel, I am 30 years old. I have worked since I was 16. I have never missed a bill, never bounced a check, never asked anyone for anything. And my family still found a way to take the one thing I built for myself. I return to my seat, look Victoria in the eye. Pursue it, all of it, everything you can. She nods slowly. You understand what this means. Yes. You understand that your brother could go to prison. Yes. You understand that your parents could lose their home. They helped steal mine. If that seems like poetic justice, well, I spread my hands. I've never been much for poetry, but I understand patterns, and this pattern has been repeating for my entire life. If I don't stop it now, it will never stop. Victoria picks up her pen, makes a note, sets the pen down again. Then we start tomorrow. Over the next 6 weeks, I learn more about my family than I ever wanted to know. I learned that my brother has been gambling since he was 19, not casually but compulsively, with the desperate intensity of someone chasing a high that never quite arrives. I learned that my parents have known about this for years and have done nothing except enable it, co-signing loans and covering debts, and pretending that each new failure was somehow different from all the ones that came before. I learned that Mark's wife, Rachel, was fully aware of the scheme. Bank records show her receiving transfers from the sale proceeds. Credit card statements show her shopping sprees that coincided, almost to the day, with the closing date. She didn't steal my house directly, but she benefited from the theft with full knowledge of its origin. And I learned something else. Something that Victoria discovers buried in old email records that Mark was foolish enough to keep. My parents didn't just know about the fraud. They planned it. The email is dated January 15th, 5 weeks before Mark filed the power of attorney. It's from my mother to my brother, and the subject line is Daniel's house. Mark, your father and I have been talking. Daniel isn't using that property. He's just letting it sit there while he's in Japan. That's wasted money, wasted opportunity. If you could find a way to access it, you could pay off your debts and get back on your feet. No one would even have to know. He's so far away, it would take months for him to even notice. By then, you could make it right. We love you. We're worried about you. This might be the only way. Mom. I read the email sitting in Victoria's office, the words swimming in front of my eyes like fish in murky water. No one would even have to know. By then, you could make it right. This might be the only way. I think about all the times my mother told me she loved me, all the birthday cards signed with all our hearts, all the phone calls where she asked about my life, and I thought, foolishly, naively, that she actually cared about the answers. And I think about this email, this plan, this deliberate, calculated decision to steal from her own son because he was so far away and wouldn't even notice. Daniel, Victoria's voice is gentle. Are you okay? No, I say, but I'm not surprised. She waits. My whole life I've been the responsible one, the one who saved, the one who planned, the one who never asked for help because I knew that asking would only lead to being asked for more in return. And my whole life, my family has treated that responsibility like a resource to be mined. I set the email down on her desk. This is who they are. I just never had the evidence before. You have it now. Yes, I do. I stand up, walk to the window, watch an airplane trace a white line across the gray sky. My brother's going to prison, almost certainly. My parents are going to lose everything, most likely, and I'm going to be the one who made it happen. Victoria joins me at the window. We stand there in silence for a long moment. Daniel, she says finally, you didn't make this happen. They did. Every choice they made, every forgery, every transfer, every lie, those were their choices. You're not destroying your family. You're holding them accountable for destroying themselves. It feels like the same thing. It's not. She turns to face me. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've seen families torn apart by money more times than I can count. And every single time there's someone like you. Someone who followed the rules. Someone who did everything right. Someone who gets blamed for the fire, even though they're the one who called 911. And what happens to those people? The ones who give up, they get burned again. The fire never really goes out. It just smolders until it finds new fuel, she pauses. But the ones who stand their ground, the ones who refuse to let guilt become a weapon, those people eventually find peace. It takes time, it takes work, but they find it. I think about the house, the blue shutters, the porch where I used to drink coffee in the morning light. I think about Margaret Chin, who bought my home in good faith and will now have to move because my family couldn't resist taking what wasn't theirs. And I think about what comes next. File everything, I say. Criminal charges, civil suits, all of it. You're sure? I've never been more sure of anything in my life. The trial happens faster than I expected. I'm told this is unusual, that fraud cases typically drag on for months, sometimes years, as defendants file motions and countersuits and do everything in their power to delay the inevitable. But Mark doesn't have resources for that kind of fight. The money is gone, the evidence is overwhelming, and his public defender, a tired-looking woman who clearly wishes she'd been assigned any case but this one, advises him to plead guilty and hope for leniency. He doesn't get leniency. The sentencing hearing takes place on a cold December morning, 3 days before what would have been my first Christmas back in the United States. The courthouse is a brutalist monolith near the waterfront, all concrete and small windows, designed by someone who understood that justice is not always beautiful. I arrive at 8:30 a.m. I sit in the back row of the gallery, and I watch as my brother is led into the courtroom in handcuffs and an orange jumpsuit. He doesn't look at me, not at first. The judge is a stern-faced woman in her 60s named Patricia Harrington. She reads the charges: wire fraud, identity theft, forgery, conspiracy to commit financial crimes, and asks Mark if he understands the nature of the charges against him. He says yes. She asks if he understands that by pleading guilty, he waives his right to a trial by jury. He says yes. She asks if anyone has pressured him into this plea. He says no. And then she asks if he has anything to say before sentencing. For the first time since entering the courtroom, Mark turns and looks at me. His eyes are red. His face is pale. He looks like a man who hasn't slept in weeks, which, according to his public defender, he hasn't. The jail psychiatric staff has him on suicide watch, which means bright lights and 15-minute checks and no belt, no shoelaces, no privacy. I expect anger. I expect blame. I expect the familiar script of our childhood, where everything was always my fault. My fault for being too serious. My fault for not sharing. My fault for wanting things that didn't belong to me. But instead, he just looks tired. Danny, he says, and the childhood nickname hits me like a physical blow. I'm sorry. I don't respond. I don't trust myself to respond. I know that doesn't mean anything. No words don't fix this. But I need you to understand. His voice cracks. I never meant for it to go this far. I thought I could make it back. I thought if I could just win one big score, I could pay you back and you'd never even know. Mark, the judge's voice is sharp. Address the court, not the gallery. He turns back to face her, swallows, continues. Your Honor, I have a gambling addiction. I've had it since I was a teenager. I've been to treatment 3 times, but I always relapse. When I took my brother's house, I told myself I was borrowing it. I told myself I'd make it right. But once I started spending, I couldn't stop. The money just disappeared, like water through my fingers. Mr. Harper, do you understand the impact of your actions? Yes, ma'am. Do you understand that your brother, a man who worked for years to purchase that property, is now embroiled in legal proceedings that will take months to resolve? Do you understand that an innocent woman purchased what she believed was a legitimate home and will now have to relocate? Do you understand that your actions have consequences that extend far beyond your own choices? Yes, ma'am. Judge Harrington looks down at her notes. Then she looks back up at my brother. Mr. Harper, I have reviewed the evidence in this case. I have read the victim impact statements. I have considered the pre-sentencing report and the recommendations of the prosecution. And I have weighed all of these factors against your lack of prior criminal history and your stated willingness to accept responsibility. She pauses. But I have also reviewed the email correspondence between yourself and your parents. The email in which your mother suggested this scheme. The emails in which you discussed the logistics of forging documents and evading detection. These are not the communications of a desperate man making a split-second decision. These are the communications of a family engaged in premeditated fraud against one of their own. Mark's head drops. Mr. Harper, I sentence you to 7 years in federal prison with the possibility of parole after 5 years contingent upon completion of a certified gambling addiction treatment program. You are further ordered to pay full restitution to your brother in the amount of $661,000 to be garnished from any future earnings upon your release. 7 years. My brother is going to prison for 7 years. I should feel something. Victory, justice, satisfaction. But instead, I just feel empty. Like a house with all the furniture removed. Still standing, but hollow in some essential way. Additionally, by simadatas, the judge continues, I am referring the matter of Elaine and Thomas Harper to the grand jury for consideration of criminal charges. The evidence suggests their involvement in this scheme extends beyond mere knowledge to active participation, and the people of Oregon deserve a full accounting of their actions. I watch my mother in the gallery. She's sitting 2 rows in front of me, her hands twisting in her lap, her face a mask of barely controlled panic. My father sits beside her, staring straight ahead at nothing. They don't look at me either. This court is adjourned. The gavel falls. Mark is led away, and I sit in the back row of that cold courtroom, watching my family disintegrate around me, and I try to remember if I ever believed it would end any other way. The civil proceedings take another 4 months. During that time, I learned the full extent of my parents' involvement. I learned that my father drove Mark to the notary's office on the day the forged power of attorney was filed. I learned that my mother helped him practice my signature by pulling old birthday cards from a shoebox in her closet. I learned that they celebrated the sale with a dinner at a steakhouse that cost $400 for 3 people. My money spent on their celebration of stealing it. I also learned about Rachel. Mark's wife knew everything. The evidence is clear. Bank transfers to joint accounts, text messages discussing the windfall, even a shopping list sent the day after the sale closed that includes new Gucci bag, finally, and maybe Hawaii for spring break. She's not criminally liable. She didn't forge any documents, didn't file any paperwork, didn't technically steal anything herself. But she's civilly liable, and Victoria pursues it with the relentless precision of a surgeon removing a tumor. By the time the dust settles, the picture is complete. My parents lose their house. It was leveraged against debt that they can no longer pay, and when we prove that they received stolen funds, the bank forecloses. They're forced to move into a small apartment on the outskirts of the city, their names forever attached to their son's crimes, their reputation in ruins. Rachel's involvement is documented in court records that will follow her for the rest of her life. She files for divorce from Mark, citing irreconcilable differences, as if the difference between them is philosophical rather than the fact that he's serving 7 years in federal prison. She doesn't get much. The luxury goods she bought with my money are seized and sold at auction. The remainder of the frozen funds goes toward restitution. And Margaret Chin, the woman who bought my house in good faith, who decorated my porch with her own light fixtures, who planted tomatoes in my backyard garden, is reimbursed in full. The title is voided. The property reverts to my name. I own 2347 Maple Ridge Drive again. On paper, at least. I go back to the house one more time. It's spring now, 6 months since I first parked across the street and watched a stranger walk out onto my porch. The trees are blooming, The grass is green. The neighborhood looks exactly the way it always looked. Quiet, comfortable, unremarkable. The house is empty. Margaret has moved out, taking her black shutters and her broomstick bumper sticker and all the small changes she made in the month she believed she was home. The blue shutters are back. The amber porch light is restored. Everything looks exactly the way it did when I left for Japan 3.5 years ago. But nothing feels the same. I walk up the front steps, put my key in the lock, turn it. The door swings open onto a house that smells like fresh paint and absence. I walk through the living room, the kitchen, the bedroom where I used to sleep, where I used to dream about numbers and patterns and a future where I would be safe. I open the closet where I kept my important documents. The safe deposit box is gone, of course. They broke it open months ago. Took the deed, forged my name, but there's a mark on the wall where it used to sit. A faint rectangle of slightly darker paint, like a scar. I stand in my house, and I feel nothing. Not peace, not victory, not even anger. Just a vast and hollow nothing, like an equation that balances to zero. This was supposed to be proof. Proof that I could build something they couldn't take. Proof that I had escaped the pattern of my childhood. Broken free from a family that saw me as nothing more than a resource to be harvested. But they took it anyway. And even though I got it back, even though justice was served, even though my brother is in prison and my parents lost everything, and Rachel will spend the rest of her life explaining why those court records have her name on them. Even though I won, it doesn't feel like winning. It feels like salvaging wreckage from a fire that never should have started. I walk out onto the front porch, sit down on the steps, look out at the neighborhood I chose so carefully, where families plant gardens and children ride bicycles, and everything looks the way it's supposed to look. And I make a decision. The house sells in 3 weeks. I price it below market value because I want it gone fast. A young couple buys it. Newlyweds, both teachers, excited about the front porch and the backyard and the amber light that makes everything look warm. They ask me why I'm selling, and I tell them I'm relocating for work. It's not entirely a lie. Victoria handles the closing. I sign the papers in her office, watch the funds transfer to my account, and feel something loosen in my chest, like a knot I didn't know I'd been carrying finally letting go. "Where will you go?" she asks. "I don't know yet. Somewhere warm, maybe. Somewhere I don't have any history. Are you going to be okay?" I think about the question, really think about it. "I think so, eventually." She nods, extends her hand. "For what it's worth, Daniel, I've seen a lot of cases like this. And most people don't handle them the way you did. Most people either give up entirely or burn themselves out with anger. But you," she pauses, "you stayed focused. You stayed clear. You did what needed to be done without letting it consume you. I'm not sure that's true. It is. Trust me." She squeezes my hand, then releases it. "Take care of yourself. And if you ever need anything, you know where to find me." I thank her. I walk out of her office, and I don't look back. I leave Portland on a Thursday morning in late May. My rental car is packed with 2 suitcases, a laptop bag, and a small box of things I couldn't bring myself to throw away. A watch my grandfather gave me before he died, a book of poetry that a college girlfriend inscribed, the origami crane I folded on my first day in Tokyo because I was lonely and needed something to do with my hands. Everything else is gone. Donated or sold or left behind in an apartment I no longer rent, in a city I no longer claim. I drive south, through Oregon's green valleys, through the redwoods of Northern California, through the rolling hills and flat stretches and endless horizon of a country I've lived in my whole life, but have never really known. I don't have a destination, not exactly, just a direction, away, forward, somewhere new. On the second day, I stop at a small town on the coast. There's a diner that serves coffee in ceramic mugs and pancakes that taste like the ones my grandmother used to make before she died, and everything changed. I sit at the counter and eat slowly, watching the fog roll in off the Pacific, and I think about what comes next. I think about my brother, who is probably eating breakfast in a prison cafeteria right now. Powdered eggs and stale toast and the silence of men who have run out of things to say. I think about my parents, who are probably waking up in their small apartment, drinking instant coffee and wondering how their lives went so wrong. They haven't contacted me, not since the sentencing. I don't know if they're angry or ashamed or both. I don't think I want to know. I think about Rachel, who is probably explaining to someone, a new boyfriend, a potential employer, a bank officer, that those court records don't tell the whole story, that she didn't really do anything wrong, that she was just caught up in something she didn't understand. And I think about myself, 30 years old, successful by any external measure, good career, good savings, good prospects, but carrying something inside me that I don't have a name for. A weight that didn't go away when the house sold. A shadow that followed me out of Portland and down the coast and into this small diner where the fog is rolling in and the coffee is hot. And the waitress calls me honey because that's what waitresses do in towns like this. "You okay, honey?" she asks, refilling my mug. "You look like you're carrying something heavy." I look up at her. She's maybe 60, with kind eyes and hands that have seen a lot of dishes and a lot of years. "I'm getting there," I say. She nods like she understands. Maybe she does. Maybe everyone carries something, and the only difference is how well we hide it. "Well," she says, "pancakes help, and coffee and time." She moves on to the next customer. I finish my breakfast, and when I get back in my car and continue south, I feel something shift. Just slightly, just barely, like the first hairline crack in a wall that's been standing too long. I end up in a small beach town in Southern California. I don't plan it. I just drive until the road feels right, and then I stop. The town is nothing special. A main street with a surf shop and a bookstore. A pier where fishermen cast lines into the early morning gray. A stretch of sand where families build castles and couples walk hand in hand and the waves keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, no matter what happens on land. I rent a small apartment 2 blocks from the water. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, a kitchen the size of a closet, and windows that look out onto palm trees and blue sky. It's nothing like the house on Maple Ridge Drive. That's the point. I find a job at a small financial consulting firm. The work is familiar: spreadsheets and projections, risk assessments, and quarterly reports. But the pace is different, slower, more human. My boss is a former surfer who takes Friday afternoons off to catch waves, and my colleagues are people who chose this town because they wanted lives, not careers. I learned to surf, badly at first. I swallow more salt water than seems physically possible. I fall off the board so many times that the regulars start cheering when I manage to stand up for more than 3 seconds. But something about the rhythm of it, paddle, wait, paddle, rise, fall, paddle again, feels like the opposite of the life I left behind. In Portland, everything was about control, planning, protecting myself from threats I knew were coming even if I couldn't name them. Here in the water, there is no control. Just the ocean and the board and the constant reminder that some things are bigger than you, more powerful than you, completely indifferent to your plans and your fears and your careful calculations. It's terrifying. It's also, somehow, exactly what I need. I don't hear from my family for 8 months. Then, one evening in January, my phone buzzes with a text from an unfamiliar number. Danny, it's Mom. Please call me. It's important. I stare at the message for a long time. The sun is setting over the Pacific, turning the water gold and pink and purple. Somewhere down the beach, a child is laughing. Somewhere in the distance, a guitar is playing. I think about calling. I imagine the conversation, the tears, the apologies, the familiar script of guilt and obligation that I know by heart, even after all these years. You have to understand, we were desperate. You have to understand Mark was sick. You have to understand, family sticks together. But I don't understand. That's the thing. I've never understood how love could look like theft, how care could feel like control, how the people who were supposed to protect you could decide calmly, deliberately in emails and phone calls and notarized documents that your future was less important than their present. I don't call. Instead, I block the number, delete the message, walk down to the beach and sit on the sand as the stars come out, one by one, like lights turning on in a city I've never visited. And for the first time in months, I feel something that might be peace. Not happiness exactly, not the clean, bright feeling of a problem solved or a goal achieved, but something quieter, deeper, like the moment after a storm passes, when the air is still and the world feels washed clean and you realize that you survived. I survived. My family tried to take everything from me. My house, my savings, my sense of safety in a world that never felt safe to begin with. And for a while it felt like they had won. Like all my years of planning and saving and careful living had been for nothing. But here I am, sitting on a beach in California, watching the stars, breathing the salt air, building a life that has nothing to do with them. They didn't destroy me. I saved myself. 2 years later, I get another message. This one comes from a lawyer, not Victoria, but someone new. A firm in Portland that handles estate matters. Mr. Harper, I am writing to inform you that your father, Thomas Harper, passed away on February 14th. Per his instructions, he wished you to be notified, though he left no assets or bequests in your name. A memorial service will be held on February 20th at St. Mark's Lutheran Church. Attendance is not required, but you are welcome should you choose to attend. I read the message 3 times. Then I set down my phone and walked to the window of my apartment where the morning light is spilling in over the palm trees and the distant glitter of the ocean. My father is dead. I should feel something. Grief, relief, anger, regret. Some flicker of the bond that's supposed to exist between parent and child. Some echo of the love that was supposed to be there even when everything else went wrong. But I feel nothing. Just that familiar hollowness. That empty space where a relationship was supposed to be, where all I ever found was expectation and disappointment and the slow, grinding erosion of hope. I don't go to the funeral. Instead, I go surfing. I paddle out past the break where the water is deep and blue and the shore looks small and far away. I sit on my board and watch the horizon, where the sky meets the sea in a line so sharp it looks like it could cut you. And I think about fathers. I think about the one I had, distant, disappointed, always measuring me against a standard I never understood. The man who drove my brother to the notary's office, who helped my mother practice forging my signature, who celebrated with a $400 dinner when the house sold, knowing every bite was paid for with money he helped steal. I think about the father I wish I'd had, warm, present, proud of the things I accomplished, instead of suspicious of them. The man who would have called me after I bought my first house, who would have visited me in Tokyo, who would have told me he was proud of me for building a life that was my own. But that father never existed. Maybe he never could have. Maybe there was something broken in my family from the very beginning, some crack in the foundation that made everything else inevitable. Or maybe it was just choices, 1,000 small decisions made over decades that added up to the moment my mother sent that email and my brother filed those documents and my father drove the getaway car. I'll never know. And maybe that's okay. Maybe the not knowing is part of letting go. 6 months after my father dies, my mother follows. The lawyer's letter says it was her heart, weakened by stress, they said, worn out by the weight of everything that happened. I read that phrase, worn out by the weight of everything that happened, and I want to laugh. I want to cry. I want to scream at the unfairness of language that makes victims of perpetrators, that turns thieves into martyrs, that somehow, even in death, allows my mother to escape accountability for what she did. But I don't do any of those things. I just set down the letter, pour myself a cup of coffee, sit on my small balcony and watch the sunrise over the water. My parents are gone, both of them, within 6 months of each other, like bookends to a story that was always going to end this way. I don't go to her funeral either. Instead, I write a letter, not to send, there's no one left to send it to, but for myself, for the person I was when I first walked into Victoria's office with a stack of evidence and a heart full of rage, for the person I became when I realized that justice doesn't feel like victory, for the person I am now, sitting in the California sun, trying to make sense of a story that never quite made sense. Dear Mom, I don't forgive you. I want to be clear about that. You did. What you helped do was not something that can be forgiven. You took something from me that was never yours to take. You helped plan it. You celebrated it. You watched your son go to prison for it without ever once admitting that you were the one who suggested it in the first place. But I'm not angry anymore. I used to be. For a long time, anger was the only thing that made sense. You hurt me, so I hurt you back. You took my house, so I took yours. Eye for an eye, tooth for tooth, the kind of arithmetic that families have practiced since the beginning of time. But somewhere along the way, the anger stopped. Not all at once, not in some dramatic moment of revelation. It just faded, like fog burning off in the morning sun. And what was left underneath wasn't peace exactly, more like exhaustion, the bone-deep tiredness of someone who has been fighting a war for so long that they've forgotten what peace feels like. I don't know if you ever loved me. I want to believe you did. I want to believe that somewhere underneath the calculations and the rationalizations and the emails about accessing my property, there was a mother who cared about her son. But I can't be sure. And maybe that's the saddest thing of all. You're gone now. Dad is gone. Mark is still in prison, though he'll be out in a few years. Rachel has remarried, I'm told, to someone who doesn't know about the court records, or the frozen assets, or the Gucci bags that got sold at auction. And I'm here, still standing, still building, still trying to figure out what a life looks like when you've had to burn everything down and start from scratch. I don't know if there's an afterlife. I don't know if you can read this wherever you are. But if you can, I want you to know one thing. I survived. Not because of you. Not in spite of you. Just despite you. Despite everything you did and everything you didn't do and everything you should have been but weren't. I survived, and I'm done letting you decide what that survival looks like. Daniel. envelope, walk down to the beach, and as the sun rises over the Pacific, I set the envelope in the water and watch it float away, carried by currents I can't see, to a destination I'll never know. It's not forgiveness, but it's something close. 3 years after I left Portland, I buy another house. It's nothing like the one on Maple Ridge Drive. No white trim, no blue shutters, no front porch with an amber light. This one is smaller. A modest bungalow on a quiet street 2 blocks from the beach, with a backyard big enough for a garden and a workshop where I can build things with my hands. I pay cash. Again. And this time, when I put the deed in my safe deposit box in a bank here in California, far from anyone who might try to take it, I feel something I didn't expect. Not fear, not vigilance, just satisfaction. The quiet, uncomplicated pleasure of owning something that belongs to me and no one else. I plant tomatoes in the backyard. I learn to make furniture, bookshelves mostly, sturdy and simple, the kind of things that last. I surf in the mornings and work in the afternoons and spend my evenings on the small patio, reading books I never had time for when I was chasing numbers and trying to stay ahead of a family that was always 2 steps behind me, waiting. I don't think about them much anymore. Mark was released last year. I heard about it through the grapevine. A colleague who knows a colleague who saw his name in some public record somewhere. He's living in a halfway house in Eugene, working at a warehouse, attending mandatory meetings for his gambling addiction. I don't know if he's better. I don't know if he'll stay clean. And I've decided that I don't need to know. His choices are his choices. His life is his life. Mine is mine. Sometimes late at night, I lie in my bed in my small bungalow and I think about what could have been. About the family dinners that never happened, and the phone calls that never came, and the love that was supposed to be there but somehow never was. I used to feel sad about that. The absence, the emptiness, the knowledge that I grew up in a house that looked like a home but felt like a transaction. But now I just feel grateful. Grateful that I got out. Grateful that I survived. Grateful that I built something new from the ashes of something that was never really mine to begin with. Because here's the thing I've learned. Sitting on this beach, watching these waves, building this life one day at a time. Family isn't blood. It isn't obligation. It isn't the people who share your last name, or your childhood, or your DNA. Family is choice. Family is the people who show up, who care, who see you as a person, not a resource, who love you for who you are, not what you can give them. And if the people you were born to don't fit that definition, if they see you as a wallet instead of a son, a safety net instead of a brother, a mark instead of a man, then you have a choice too. You can keep trying to earn their love, or you can walk away. I walked away, and I've never looked back. The sun is setting now. I'm sitting on my patio, a glass of wine in my hand, watching the sky turn gold and pink and purple. The garden is coming in nicely. The tomatoes are almost ready, and the basil is thriving. And next year, I'm thinking of adding squash. Somewhere in Oregon, my brother is eating dinner in a halfway house, counting the days until his probation ends. Somewhere in Portland, the house on Maple Ridge Drive stands with new owners, new memories, new lives being built within its walls. And here, in this small California town, a man named Daniel Harper is drinking wine on his patio and watching the sunset and thinking about nothing in particular. Not revenge, not justice, not the family that tried to take everything and ended up losing it all. Just the sunset, the wine, the garden that needs watering, the bookshelf in the workshop that's almost finished. Just this moment, this life, this quiet, imperfect, hard-won peace. I take a sip of wine, set down the glass, close my eyes, and for the first time in as long as I can remember, I don't think about the past. I just breathe. If you've ever been the responsible one in a family that saw responsibility as weakness, if you've ever been the saver, the planner, the one who did everything right only to watch it all get taken by people who did everything wrong, then you know. You know how it feels to love people who don't love you back. You know how it feels to trust people who see trust as opportunity. You know how it feels to build something beautiful only to watch it burn. But here's what you might not know yet. You can survive. You can walk away. You can build something new from the ashes of what they took. It won't be easy. It won't be clean. It won't feel like the victory you imagined when you first decided to fight back. But it will be yours. And that, in the end, is the only victory that matters. So if you're reading this, if you're the Daniel in your own story, the one who's been drained and taken and used, know that there's another side. Know that the sun rises there. Know that the waves keep coming. Know that you can survive. Because I did, and so can you.